Yo, this is Citan plays Xenogears. So, this is the last episode of Disc 1 because things are about to become really crazy. So, we saw what happened in the end of last episode, which was basically Faye becoming it. We saw Elly's father and mother being killed by the executioner, which was revealed to be Myung, and that Krelian was pretending to be Graf. Like, Krelian is not Graf, just to say like that. He was pretending to be Graf. But Executioner was Myung. Then they leave as they knew that Solaris would be destroyed by Id, or Faye. And now Faye tried to attack Yggdrasil, but Elly manages to subdue Faye and make him awake. So now we learn the truth that Faye and Id are the same person, but how? And what will this have in result? Because things are about to change now in the world, as I mentioned before we went to Solaris. Well, let's learn more, because this is going to be a very dialogue-heavy episode, but it's still important for the conclusion of Disc 1 storyline. Let's go. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say anything until I was sure. I was on a secret mission by orders of Emperor Cain to monitor Faye. He ordered me to determine whether Faye will be a threat to the world or not. The contact. That is what the Emperor calls Faye. This is your conclusion. Yes, Your Majesty. This is the answer that I chose myself. Unknowable. You think you can do it? Yes. Humans have the potential. Managers are no longer needed. The contact is not our enemy. Yes, as you say, Majesty. If Faye is... Then I leave it up to you. I atone for my crime by doing so. Unknowable, the long-awaited man of God, who will take the people born in this world with him to a new horizon. Such is the destiny of the contact. That is what the Emperor called Faye. He did not tell me why he called Faye that, though. Who the heck is he then? He is Faye, but he is also the one who destroyed Elru, caused Kar serious injury, sank the Yggdrasil, killed Rico's subordinate in Kislev. Need to continue further? He is Id. What did you say? Id? What do you mean? Faye, that is, has dissociative identities disorder, also known more commonly as multiple personalities. Dissociative identity disorder, or multiple personalities. It is a mental disorder where one person has multiple personalities. That can't be real. Oh, but it is very real. Faye is living proof of it. I have been watching over Faye, who has a destroyer personality within him named Id. In the beginning, he was stable. His dissociation did not occur at all while he lived in Lahan for 3 years. But then, after Lahan was attacked, things changed. Little by little, the number of incidents of his dissociation and their lengths began to increase. And then at Solaris, a complete manifestation of Id occurred. What brought about it? He was fine when he was in Lahan, right? My guess is that the appearance of Graf affected Faye somehow. You probably know that Faye worked with Graf as the assassin Id before he was brought to live in Lahan. It was then that Elru, the homeland of Dominion, was utterly obliterated. Graf was intentionally provoking the manifestation of Id within, for want of a better word, Faye. For what purpose? To destroy God. That is what Graf was saying. That is all I know. Although there might be more to it, But one thing is certain. Graf was encouraging the manifestation of Id, but did not have the adequate control over him. In other words, it was too much for him to handle? Yes. You said that's all you know, although there might be more to it. What did you mean by that? I shall go on to explain now. Actually, that is the most important point. This is basically about back in Solaris when Faye talked with Citan. There's nothing you can do. Remember that? After that it went black and then Citan said he was talking to Id. That's because Citan forced Faye to become Id. You understand well. Just as I expected, Citan. Or was it Doc? I've been wanting to meet you, Id. I wanted to talk to you. I guess it's all due to this machine which cuts the nerve connections. Anyway, what is Faye doing as of now? Faye? Which Faye do you mean? There is more than one? Id? The one you call Faye is asleep. Sleeping? When I am awake, he sleeps. That is why he has no memory of what I do. Why does he not know? It's obvious. He's my subordinate. He cannot peer into my memories. He should even actually even exist. That man forcibly created his personality. Faye is a tenant in the room of cowardice. That man? Our father, Khan. He sealed my personality in the deepest recesses of my consciousness. Through some inexplicable reason, that is when present Faye was born. When you said cowardice, what do you mean? Why ask about him? You think he can do something? It is rare to be able to talk to a real schizophrenic. As a scholar, I am extremely intrigued. With friends like you, eh, Doctor? I like Citan, but he is insignificant. After all, he is just a failure. A coward like him does not deserve to be Faye's existence. A pathetic one who has always fled from reality. He never did one thing against me when I controlled him. A coward who refused to live. He should have been erased. But he continues to exist. Why won't he disappear? Damn it. It makes my skin crawl just being in the same body as him. Let us change the subject. I would like to know how and why your personalities were split. Since you are the one to control, I would assume you would know the story. Normally personalities do not split as they did with you, unless there was some sort of past trauma. You want me to talk about my memories? Don't misunderstand. I haven't given you the right to question me. Just because I'm held down by this machine, don't push your luck. If I really wanted to, I could break the restraints and crush you. Don't you forget it. Then why not do it? Shall I tell you why? You do not have complete control of Faye, do you? Your control of him is incomplete. To break those bonds will require a tremendous amount of mental energy. Having used up your energy, Faye will return again. Basically, you would have to leave the stage. Obviously, the day you will be able to return is indeterminate. Hence, you will not do it. Am I mistaken? So, you know me too well. I don't have complete. What is wrong, Id? You forced me on stage. He's waking. Under normal circumstances, I would have been able to hold on. But I can't. This is all that woman's fault. Her existence makes Faye resistant. You mean Elly? That woman. The same. Everyone must eliminate. I do not understand. I don't understand it. You don't need to understand. But when the time comes, just take it as it is. Reality and death. I'll eventually get to you. Be seeing ya. And then Faye became Faye again. Damn. Pretty deep. The emotional portion of Faye's present personality was sealed up by his father through some method. And now, with the cleared foundation of Eid's personality, in computer terms, it is like constructing a mock personality on top of the compatible portion of the operative system. That is the reason Faye has no memory of his past. Those 10 or so years of memories are under the supervision of Eid. So basically, the reason why Faye doesn't remember anything else from his past before he came to Lahan is because of Eid, and that Khan forced to lock it up. As long as Eid does not willingly hand over the memories, there is no way for Faye to know, since it did not even exist before the time Eid was sealed up. The present Faye's personality is an undeveloped one, which will build upon within the 3 years of living in Lahan, studying and acquiring other people's reactions. Hence, he does not know how to fully cope with sudden or emotional situation. Elly, you are the one who spent the most time with Faye, so I would assume you would understand this. Were there not times when he will be psychologically unstable? For example, he will be mania depressive and then have sudden fits of rage? Yes. Then his personality is but only a temporary one? That is not what I'm saying. The present Faye is one single personality. It's just that structure-wise, his personality was constructed on top of Eid's, hence placing Faye at the lower hierarchy. That is why when Eid is active, Faye has no recollection of it. And that means it might eventually be overtaken by Eid. Yes, if it were only Eid and Faye, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It only manifests when Faye's mental energy is a weakened state. It is a mystery in itself that the lower level personality of Faye has any control over the upper level personality of Eid. It is obvious that there exists a third personality. Eid calls his per-existence the Coward. In my observation, this Coward may be the fundamental personality of Faye. In other words, Eid's manifestation is not controlled by Faye, but is controlled by the personality known as the Coward. Then that means what? At the same time Eid resents this Coward, he also obviously fears it. From a certain point of view, this Coward is the one assisting in keeping the present Faye in control. I did not know the reason why this third personality, Faye's fundamental personality does not come out. If this one awakens, it will become one with Eid. So basically, the Faye we have seen throughout the whole game, except when he's becoming Eid, is the Coward. So basically, there's the third part, the real personality of Faye, we haven't seen at all yet, but we will see in disc 2. But I won't go too much to that because that's going to be a bit of a spoiler. We will get to it eventually. In other words, there's a possibility that the complete original personality may be restored. Is that for sure? Probably, but I don't know how to awaken it. So now the next line of mission for Citan is to find the third personality for Faye, the real Faye, and get that to awaken, because if you do, it will triumph over the Coward and over Eid. Before I had the opportunity, it disappeared and he has been like that since. Basically, as long as nothing happens to Faye that would challenge his existence, Faye can be himself, but his surroundings do not allow him that opportunity. It will be best for him to live in a place that is peaceful. Yeah. So as long as Faye does not have psychological issues, he'll be fine. That is Lacan. No, the Dark One. Graf's second advent. We must restrain and seal him up, otherwise we don't know what may occur. Seize this at once. Maybe at least wait for wise men to return before we make any resolutions? I'll do a tactician. Why do you place so much importance on him? I have been silent all this time since Khan's death, since he was directly recruited by the Queen. However, I question why you would use such a person whose principles lack an understanding of sacrifice. Well, that is... You must look at reality, the existence of that power. Hold on! Hold on! What is this Graf's second advent? The day of the collapse was brought upon by Graf. Graf manipulated the Diablos into destroying this world. And that power within Yd is far too similar to Graf. We cannot allow such a hazard to be set free. We ought to immediately freeze him in carbonite, otherwise accept the worst at any moment. No, but isn't the present Fate the real Fae? If that's the case, then why? But he's still far too dangerous. Think about it. He single-handedly annihilated the Solaris capital. We can't set him free. Not only that, in the past there were countless other cities that were destroyed by Yd. I don't know their intentions, but Graf and Krillin were always involved somehow. And one of those incidents was Elru. It was Dominia's homeland. Solaris' purging of the rebellious city of Elru was done through the use of Yd, to test his capabilities. As a result, not only was Elru taken down, all of Solaris' units present were wiped out. He's responsible for the Ygg's and ours. So he was the one who killed my subordinates in the sewers. What's wrong with you all? Aren't we supposed to be his friends? It appears everyone else is in agreement. The risks are just too great. Citan? No, that is terrible. It's decided then. We'll be scheduling for carbon freezing tomorrow. Damn! So they fear Faye becoming Yd again so much that they want to carbonite freeze him to make sure that he will never become Yd. Yikes. I heard about it from Doc, Yd, who thought within me lies another me. But you're the same Faye I always known. You returned to your old self. Please don't be obsessed with it. They say I'm in the second advent of Graf, the one who destroyed all of this world. It seems like Graf used to be a land dweller named Lacan. So there we know the truth. So Lacan is indeed Graf. Why does it look like Faye though? Well, there's a reason for it, and we will know more again in Disc 2. Why Lacan looks like Faye, and why Graf is Lacan. Because Lacan became Graf for a reason, which is told in Disc 2. They're not thinking about what they were saying. They're just confused by your powers. Graf called me the one who will destroy a god. In a way, I can understand what he means now. Though my Yd power isn't good enough, if it was the same quality as Graf's, Let's escape. If Graf or the war brings out Yd, let's go to a place where no wars exist. If you did that, you'd be... That's alright. I don't have a place to go back either. Thanks, Elly, but no. Even if I left the battlefield, there's no guarantee that Yd will never appear again. Besides, I tried to kill you. You're still okay with that? Then you could kill me if you really wanted to, right? The other you, Yd's power is nothing like that. But you still didn't go through with it. You knew when it was enough. Isn't that because your will was in effect? If you're to be controlled by Yd and all those around you became your enemies, I stood by your side because I know it's lonely to be by yourself. You get a little flashback. Remember this from the very start of Disc 1? I'll open it now. Let's go, Faye. Elly. So Elly's now trying to free Faye, and then they're gonna run away. Run away from everyone and everything and just live in peace by themselves. I thought it was about time for you to come. It's no use trying to stop me. And if it's just you, if you get in the way, I have no choice but to... There is no way for a lady to speak. I just came to see you off. Hmm? I refueled Weltall. We're ready to go anytime. Citan. But, Elly, you cannot use your gear while it's under repairs. What? Then what am I? You know that omnigear. What if you borrow it? No way. I can't take Shevat's property without permission. Elly is the only appropriate person for the gear. Nobody else can operate it. No. Never! I won't ride it, ever! Elly? What's wrong? I'm so scared. That's why. I'll never want to do it. This is a problem. How about if I ride it with you? Everyone! Sorry, Faye. I'm sorry. Sorry. No. Thanks, everyone. Now, I know you hate to leave, but we should get going before dawn. I did some work on the radar, so it should work fine. They have left. Faye? Where? They went far away. I go. Then we have these bozos again. Cain! Make a ridiculous setup with Hyuga. He certainly has his definition compared to our digitized existence, which permits us to use a higher level of logical thinking. He's restricted by his human form. Regardless, with just one machine he annihilated Etranak. His powers must not be underestimated. We're already short of time. The key. Use the key. Even you are beginning to feel the pressure. Krelian, what is Cain's situation? The usual life extension treatment. He'll hold out for a little longer. Does that mean we may not make it in time? I wouldn't know. You spoke of using the key. Can you be sure he can be eliminated? That we do not know. You know who he is. If he is the contact, there's a possibility we may not be transmigrate. It's an organism composed of multiple generations. It's a matter of probability. That does not mean we can just remain idle. Yes, at this rate we are bound to make the same mistake, but we can't fail a second time. Well, don't worry. I've sent Ramsus to deal with him. What can a feel like him do? He couldn't even defend Etranak. What can I expect from trash like him? Even if he has the Anima relic? The relic? The relic we recovered before was been aligned with his gear. There shouldn't be any problems now. He should be able to use his full power. You're going to take the task yourself? Although he transmigrated, wasn't he once one of you? I don't understand you. I have thrown away all feelings of human emotion. All I need is her. But isn't that also an emotion? Of course. Is that a blunder? You are irritating. Do you wish to cease your existence? Fine. We shall leave it at that. So yeah, these guys didn't die with Etranak because they are in that big ball ship that floats around. Helheim? Yes, this is the place. I wanted to bring her here. She's an important woman to me. Don't be ridiculous. Why do I have to listen to you? If you need her, go get her yourself. You're quite right. But can I say the same thing I'm looking at it is? Jesus. Your gear and the Anima relic has been aligned. This is the omnigear. Now, she's with Faye now. What? Losing those battles against Faye again and again. I believe it's because of the difference in the performance of the gears. I think you'll be able to use 100% of these abilities. So, how about it? However, if you still fail this, you are truly trash. Yeah. Ramsus, will you go? Car, are you going? Yes, I must get rid of him with my own hands. Be careful. I believe in you, no matter what others say. Faye, what a loathsome name. I worked my way up on my own, but he ruined it again. Huh? That's Zeno. It's him! I'm not trash. I'm not worthless. What kind of gear is that? Huh? Omnigear. According to the readings, it's clearly different from the one parts using on the one in Shevat. You think it's the perfect gear? Perfect gear? Remember what Citan said? He said that the omnigears are controlled by mental waves. The power, the potential varies depending on the rate of synchronism. Numbers indicate complete synchronization. Slow. Too slow. They're catching up with us! Your performance is sad. I knew you'd be there. Ramsus? Turn Lieutenant Elly over to me, Faye. What? Why did I turn Elly over to you? Oh, I get it. It's Krellian's idea, isn't it? I don't think so. You can expect me to comply. I can take her by force if you wish. But then, don't ever expect to be able to hold her in your arms ever again! Faye! Don't worry, I'll protect you. Impressive words! Faye, I intend to take everything away from you! Now this is not really a boss battle, it's basically a story battle, I guess you can call it. This is your final warning. Hand over Lieutenant Elly now! I refuse to. Are you sure you want to refuse me? It'll be too late for you to change your mind later. Stop your stupid boasting. Well then, if I have to show you if I'm boasting or not, so be it. No holding back, and no holds barred. Come on! Come on! What poor form! What's wrong, Faye? In the presence of my vendetta, your Weltall is only but an infant. Incredible. This undeniable difference in power. Myung, are you watching this? At this rate, and with this power, I can defeat him! Ramsus, listen! I surrender! So please stop attacking us this instant! What are you saying? If you do that... It's me he wants! I can't drag you into danger just over me! Yeah! Stop attacking! Ramsus! If I'm what you want, then just take me! Win! I can win! I am not the worthless one! Ramsus, can't you hear us? He's lost himself in the overwhelming power of that gear of his. Faye, we had better run! It's over for you, Faye Feng Wong! Ah! Yeah, ha ha! I'm not the worthless one! Ah, ha, ha. Ah, ha. Ah. Huh? Ah. I take the lieutenant too. Damn, I forgot my orders. Oh well. To hell with Krellian's orders. Uh-oh. This is bad. Damn! The bleeding! The bleeding won't stop! If things don't change, at this rate, Elly's not gonna make it. Elly, hang in there! Elly, I'll save you. I promise. Elly! And there's a vision of Graf watching. Quite disappointed how Elly and Faye completely destroyed, but almost dying, but they did survive, at least for now. And that is the conclusion to Disc 1. You want to save a game? You should, because you will be asked to put into Disc 2. Let's just save the game. And then insert Disc 2. Wow, that was a lot of dialogue, a lot of drama. So basically, to summarize, Faye is it, which we were revealed to. And because they are scared, and we learned that Faye has 3 personalities. It's the Coward, Id, and the real Faye. The ones we have seen so far is Coward and Id. The real Faye is being hidden by Id. That's basically the Faye that was before Lahan. But that one is being overwritten by Id. But it still exists, but we have to awaken it, but we don't know how. People are scared of Faye becoming Id, so they want to carbonite freeze him to make sure he will never become Id again. But Elly says that as long as Faye can be in a quiet place with peace, she will do whatever she can to make sure he will never become Id again, even though she cannot guarantee it. So they flee before he's carbonite frozen, and that's what they do. But of course, the stupid Yggdrasil Ministry and Krillin knows about this because of the save cubes, which we saw in Solaris. So they know that they want to do something about this. And they know that Elly is important. She has a other personality too, which we're going to reveal soon in Disc 2. So Krillin says that Elly must be retrieved for whatever experiments. And they send Ramsus to deal with him. We know Ramsus can beat Faye, but now they're giving him an omnigear to do so, and he tried to take Elly. But he becomes so consumed with revenge against his beatings that he destroyed Weltall completely. And Faye and Elly now crash land in a forest. They are bleeding badly, and they're almost like they're dying. But they won't die, but they're getting very close to at least. Now, how will this escalate? That will be the turning point of the start of Disc 2. Disc 2 is famous for being a disc which has a lot of content cut because Square lost money, or they didn't lost money, but they had no money left for development. So Disc 2 is infamous because it has a lot of story without little action. So there's going to be a lot of dialogue in Disc 2, and as I mentioned before, if you're interested to know more about this, God, Mahanan, Paradise, Ark, and all that, that is the main plotline of Disc 2. It's going to be story heavy, it's going to be a lot of Christianity, religion in it too, so if you don't like blasphemy, you won't like this, but I love it. It's just great. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. Next episode we jump into Disc 2 and to see the conclusion to Disc 1, and what does this mean for Elly and Faye, and what about Ramsus, and what will we do now that Solaris no longer exists? We will indeed find out. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media, and that's it for now. See you guys next time with my journey in Xenogears.